talk nerdy to me.
So we're here with Gary, and he's about to explain this wonderful system thing that you guys have going on here. What exactly is this?
Well, this is a war game. It's basically a miniatures war game, and what we're simulating here was a period in Vietnam battle.
Okay.
And it's a U.S. Marine Corps coming up against the VC. And this was an actual historical event. We have a set of rules to actually do the movement for the units. They have a certain distance that they can move. If they fight, they roll a die to see if they hit, and the other side can see if they save from the hit.
Okay. And do you guys use a particular kind of dice? Like you guys only use D8s? Or you guys
No,
only?
this one actually we use a majority different types of dice, depending upon the quality. Like a die 6 is for lower quality troops, whereas a die 10 for a higher quality, better quality, either weapon or troops.
Okay, and then you guys have this wonderful mat. Can this be played on any kind of mat, or do you guys usually encourage people to?
The better looking mat, the better the game looks a little bit.
Right.
Okay, then this is a plain green or whatever. And it just depends. This is a Cigar Box makes these, and they make all kinds of different mats, and they're really nice. It's a felt.
Wow.
So it spreads out nice and really acts nice.
That's really nice. And so I'm assuming you control like an army or like a troop of men.
What this is they're individual platoons. This is a company of Marines. And each group on this side over here is controlling like a platoon. And these guys over here are controlling the VC, which is this kind of a mob, a group.
Mm-hmm. And then you guys just basically duke it out and see who wins?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have an objective on this one. Our objective is to capture a couple of these buildings on the other side of this road. So we have to get up there to capture the buildings. And now of course the VC is trying to stop us.
Of course, right. That's awesome. So how long does usually a game like this kind of last?
Oh, easily 4 to 8 hours.
Wow, that's a nice long game.
Yeah. They can be short sometimes, but something like this where it gets big, it can take let's see, we've been at it since 2 o'clock, and it's now, 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
So, and we've gone through like 4 turns.
Wow, okay. So, and you, how many like people usually play a game? Is it like 2, or can it go up to like a maximum of like 10?
It can go from 1 to a solitaire game to up to something that has 12 to 18 players we've had before.
Wow, this is a really like extensive game, and it can really include a lot of people in it.
Yes.
And the fact that it's based on actual history is kind of intriguing as well, because it's not just some fantasy game. It's like reliving the Vietnam War.
Yeah, unfortunately in this one too, the company that was in here, they had 125 men at the start of it. There were 120 that were wounded.
Wow.
It was a very devastating attack. They got really
got creamed. Yeah. Wow. Well, and who was the creator of this fine game?
A guy named Alex Fabros. He was in Vietnam, and he was in this particular battle.
Oh wow! So he kind of like took his own experiences and turned it into a board game. Well, that's really interesting. And so, is he a local here to Sacramento, or?
Actually, he's down in the south.
He's
in the Stockton area.
Okay, cool. And it's really awesome that you guys have this kind of representation here at the gaming thing.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for talking with us.
All weekend.
Oh yeah, you guys are going to be here all weekend too?
For different games, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Gary, for talking with us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, everyone. We are here with Randy from Randy's House of Games, and he is the one sponsoring all of the gaming that's going on right through the other side of this wall. And he also has some awesome things for us he's selling here, and we're going to take a second to talk to him about what he has. And so why don't you talk to us about what you have today and what brought you into this kind of business that you have?
Being a nerd since 1977 mostly, I have a little bit of everything. Miniature Wargaming, we do board games, card games, dice and role-playing games. We do anything tabletop that's not electronic. We focus on the social aspect of gaming as opposed to the just crunching and pounding keys and stuff. So.
Yeah, well, that's the great part of tabletop gaming is getting together with a group of people, actually having that communication, building a character from the beginning, and actually developing a personality for it, the role-playing aspect of it.
Role-playing aspect, the real human contact, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really great when you have things like this that can really get you into the game a little bit better. You have like the kind of setting, you have like a castle, you can have all different kind of things, especially when you have the figurine, you got the mat, instead of just brings it to life a little more, I feel.
Absolutely. When you have a table and it's filled with good looking terrain and well painted models, you get absorbed in that a lot quicker. It's like you said, it's a good game master when you're role playing that just sets the stage so you can flush out your character and live it out. And it helps with the escapism. So
awesome.
That's what we do, really.
Yeah, that is what we do.
We get away from that mundane day-to-day life. So
it's true. It's like our escape from reality.
Yep.
Yes.
Because it's fun in this world.
It is. And what made you decide to sponsor something like this, to really, go out there and be like, hey, I want to have a bunch of people get together and game I
had a new store I was opening, and of course there's 450 some odd gamers here right now. What a great way to market straight to them.
Exactly.
And a running booth out here is always lucrative. You always make money doing that, and I just figured might as well throw a little extra at it, sponsor the thing, get your name everywhere on the badges, and then it's marketing. And I could go out and blindly market it on radio or a billboard or something like that, and who knows who's actually seeing or hearing your product. Here it's directly marketed towards the people that do what I do. So.
Yeah. Getting directly to your
target market.
Yes. and you get in contact with your customers. Your customers see your face, which is a little better because when they come into the store, they'll be more comfortable. It's like a friendly atmosphere.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, it's
everybody
smart
wants to be
business move.
You want to go somewhere where everybody knows your name, and that's what it's about. And that's the kind of a House of Games is like that. We base ourselves really on the friendly, welcoming environment. So when new people come in, that's the first thing we do is we want to grab them and introduce them to people and make them feel like they're comfortable doing this stuff. If you haven't been doing this since 1977 like me, then it gets a little it can be overwhelming walking into a room full of people who are living this, and you're going, I'd like to do that, but I'm kind of nervous, like a beginner at anything. So this way we can get them warmed up and into it, and it doesn't take very long either. We got a great community, got a bunch of great people that just they see a new person and they're just like, you're playing this game with us. So
that's awesome. It's always great to have a welcoming environment, especially for new players and stuff like that. People that haven't maybe heard about it, but they don't have friends themselves that want to get into the game, and so they can find people that are similar, like-minded, and be able to do that and have that experience.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, what we run, we got a 15 and under Dungeons and Dragons game that we run in this store.
Awesome.
We're actually starting something like that with Warhammer 40K. So we'll be doing that, which is a miniatures game, and we're just bringing up the next generation and introducing to it, as well as just any new adult. We've got 70-year-old people that come in games, so it's a variety of ages and demographics. It's kind of great to see them all come together and play. When you get a house full and you're looking out there and you're seeing what you've done, you're like, look at that, I got all these people playing together and enjoying themselves. It's great. So
yeah, it's a really wonderful thing to see, and just have people like that come together. And do you also have card games at your store, like Magic the Gathering, stuff like that?
Magic the Gathering, we got an amazing community with that. One of the gentlemen that runs that is a guy named Sam, and he does. He's a middle school teacher, and he runs the club at the middle school, as well as doing the Friday Night Magic at our store. He also runs a 15 and under Magic at our store occasionally. So we get the youngsters into it where they're not totally intimidated by these guys that have been playing for 15, 20 years. Because Magic you can get steamrolled in Magic if you don't know what you're doing, like me.
Yeah. I've had that happen.
Sometimes I line up to get my hiney handed to me, but that just that's part of the enjoyment. Like, hey, I beat the store owner,
Yeah, that's always a good time. And so, if people want to come to your store, where is it located? Can they find you online? Do you have a Facebook?
Absolutely. Randy'sHouseOfGame.com. We have our website. We have a schedule on there. Click the calendar. Any night of the week, it'll tell you what's going on. And for future months, we're located at 8511 Younger Creek Drive in Sacramento. And so you can Google that, or you can go to our website, map right on the Facebook. And we also have a Facebook group, Randy's House of Games group on Facebook. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, and everyone should go and take a step down there, check it out, get involved in the community, go and buy some stuff. It's always good to do that. So,
I like that.
Thank you so much.
You.
Talk nerdy to me. Talk nerdy to me.